Hello everybody, welcome back to Peachy Disc Golf. Chris here at Chattachoochee Pointe Park, and today we're going to be playing a little 9-hole challenge here using a brand I have never thrown before, Mint Discs. So let's go ahead and hit the course and see how these fly. Alright, so I have a little stack of discs here that we're going to be testing out. I obviously don't have everything from Mint Discs, but I got a pretty good selection here, especially for my arm speed. I don't have any of their highest speed drivers or anything like that, but let me quickly run through the discs that I have. If you weren't aware, Mint Discs are actually manufactured by MVP, which is my personal favorite. I really love MVP plastic. So the discs that I have in this stack, I'm going to be putting with the Profit, but we'll give it a throw as well. I also have the Bullet though in their Apex plastic here, so we'll be using this as our main throwing putter. We have the Mustang in Apex plastic. This is a straight to overstable mid-range, similar to my Matrix, I think. So maybe a Rock 3, something like that. Feels great in the hand. Moving into drivers, I have the Alpha, a straight to overstable 8-speed driver. And then also similarly, I have the Jackalope, which is another 8-speed driver, but this one's a little more understable. So probably get more S-turn out of this one. It'll be interesting to see how those two complement each other. I have one 9-speed driver. That's going to be the Diamondback here. This is a 9.5 -2.2, I believe, somewhere around there. So a nice straight 9-speed, maybe similar to my Undertaker or Escape. So we'll see how those compare. And then lastly, we have the Freetail here, a super understable 10-speed, listed with a -4 turn. Interested to see, this is a brand new disc, so I don't know how flippy it is right out of the box. And also with my slower arm speed, we'll see just how much I can get this disc to turn. But really looking forward to testing this disc out. We're going to be playing the front 9 here at Chattachoochee Pointe Park, so let's go hit the course. Hole 1's 180 feet, par 3, basket tucked off to the left, so you can either throw straight at it on this left side or with something overstable, you can go down the right side. I'm going to be going down this left gap with both of the putters here. I'm going to start off with the Bullet, my premium plastic throwing putter, but I'm also going to give the Profit a throw here as well. And then we'll be putting with this also. This is definitely a little bit deeper than what I'm used to. I usually throw a proxy for my straight throwing putter, but this plastic feels great though, for sure. Oh, that's definitely not showing up on camera, but that is parked. That was a great flight. It held the turn and then just started panning out just at the end and sort of coasted towards the basket. Really nice flyer. Try the Profit out also. Similar hand feel. This does have a small little bead as well though. So it feels personally to me a little more uncomfortable than the Bullet, but similar depth. Not enough turn on that one. Similar flight. Ooh, big roll. Oh, bye-bye. On the right side of the fairway now. Real quick compare with what I normally throw here. I have a proxy. We'll give it a toss as well, just to see how. So the proxy should be a little more understable technically. Oh yeah. I didn't throw that hard enough, but it is definitely a little more understable. And personally, I find it a bit more comfortable because it's a little shallower, but I don't know, that Bullet flies great. I actually threw it past the basket with the Bullet here, but not too far, and definitely in line. Nice. Hole 2, 360 feet, par 4. Nice open shot with the basket sort of straight ahead on top of a small little hill here. I'm going to be trying out 2 drivers here. We're going to try out the Freetail to see how understable it is, and we're also going to try out the Diamondback as well to see how it compares. I don't imagine this Freetail to flip too much for me because I do have a slower arm speed, and also it's like 7 in the morning right now. We're supposed to be getting some rain later today, so I really wanted to get this video recorded. A little tired, but we'll give the Freetail a toss first. I'm going to compare this to my Heat, and then also we'll compare the Diamondback to my Supreme Escape. So Freetail first. I'm going to be throwing in between these trees on a little bit of anhyzer, and we'll see how long this disc will hold on to that turn. Oh, nice. All right, that had a pretty nice turn, but because it's a 10 speed with my arm speed, once it slows down, it just dumps off to the left. Let's see if I can, with the Heat here, if I put it on a similar angle, will it hold that turn a little bit longer? Oh yeah. Similar flight, but it definitely held the turn a little bit longer and had less of a dumpy fade at the end. So pretty similar, honestly. I'd probably stick personally to the Heat right now, just because I don't want to throw something that my arm can't handle. Now we're gonna go with the Diamondback. We're gonna go with a similar line. We'll see how it compares. Oh, I threw that flat. Pretty straight flight with a pretty overstable finish. I didn't really get any turn on that, unfortunately. Try the Escape as well. I guess in that case, to have a more direct comparison, I am gonna try to throw this one flat as well. Oh, missed my line. But that does have more turn than the Diamondback. That's a great throw. Yeah, the Escape for me, obviously it's more beat in, but it does have more of a turn than that fresh out of the box Diamondback. All right, so my Freetail went about 35 feet further than the Diamondback. Obviously, because I did have that anhyzer, gave it a little more distance. My Heat and my Escape are both money right here. I have actually like jump putt eagles there. But from here, just going with the little standard hyzer with the bullet. Yep, parked. All right, nice tap in birdie. 2 for 2 to start. Pretty good for being so early in the morning. Hole 3, 240 feet, par 3. Basket is straight ahead past this little gap here. Normally I throw an understable mid-range on this left side to let it turn into the basket on the right. I don't have an understable mid-range though with Mint. I really wanted to test out the Lobster, but I can't seem to find any in stock anywhere right now. We're gonna go with the Jackalope then. This is probably my closest understable style disc I have here. We'll also throw my Stag here as well then to compare the two. This, I'm just gonna go sort of straight at the basket and try to keep it low to not get hit by these low-hanging branches on the right side. Oh, that has a nice little turn to it. That's edge of circle, maybe outside, just circle 2. I threw it a little wider than I wanted. Go with the Stag now to see, try to throw a similar line. Does this flip more or not? Oh yeah, it does. That is a 10-footer right there. So the Stag for me, it's odd because it's listed as just a -1 turn, but it's very flippy, and I've been using it as my very flippy 8-speed. Very similar though, honestly, because especially with the Jackalope being brand new, pretty similar. Man, I wish I would have given the Jackalope a little more oomph to it to get a little more turn out of it and a little more distance. I threw it soft because, like I said, I do normally throw a mid-range here, so that's okay. Still circle 1 putt here with the Prophet. Nice. Let's see how the bullet feels. I don't like putting with premium plastic, but it feels nice in the hand. Short. Got a little dew on that one, slipped out. I do like the way the bullet feels better for both putting and for throwing. Hole 4, 780 feet, par 5, longest hole here on the course. 2 initial gaps to make it through. I'm gonna be trying that with the Jackalope here. Should be good. This time I'll actually get to really put some power on it rather than the last hole, so let's see how it goes. Oh, that is a beautiful flight. Nice, right on the left side of the fairway there. Made it through both gaps. Here's what the Stag would look like. Yeah, good deal more flippy. That's still a good throw, actually. That's actually even better because it's more center, but similar flights. The Stag is definitely a good deal more flippy. I'm gonna be pumping out with the Freetail here. Trying to pump this out as far as I can, pretty much. Oh, that did flip. It's fading back. Oh, a little outside still. Gonna have rough footing out there. Let's try the Diamondback also real quick. Oh, that is, yeah, that's very stable for me. Yep. Not a huge fan of the Diamondback personally. The Freetail had pretty good distance. I am off in the rough obviously here. So run-up's gonna be a little questionable. I'm gonna go with the Alpha here to the right of this tree and let it fade in. This should be pretty stable. I'll throw my bear as well. Ooh, nice. That should be good. Oh, just outside circle 1. I threw it a little higher than I wanted. Try the bear out this time. I really like the bear. It's been one of my favorite overstable discs that I have. Similar flight. I threw that one lower and softer. The run up here is pretty tricky. Edge of circle 1. Putt here. The Prophet. Oh, so close. Should have figured I can actually flip that Freetail and gotten a little more inside with it instead of swinging it out. I just imagined it going straight and then fading, but it flipped. The birdie streak comes to an end. Hole 5, 200-foot tunnel shot with the basket straight ahead. We're gonna be going with the bullet, try to get it down there. Oh yeah. That was one of my best throws on this hole. Oh my God. I normally turn something over too far to the right, which is still perfectly fine. Don't often stay up here in the tunnel. The nice tap-in birdie. Whew. Back on the train. Hole 6, 235 feet, par 3, wide open shot here. Finally get a chance to throw the Mustang. We're gonna just hang it out to the right here and let it fade into the basket. We'll compare it against my Matrix, which is my current slightly overstable mid-range here. We'll see, they have similar flight numbers, so we'll see how they fly in comparison to each other. But hand feel wise, these feel pretty similar. The Matrix is definitely a little shallower. This reminds me sort of like my Rock 3 actually, which unfortunately I took out of the bag to make room for this one right now. But I feel like this is gonna fly somewhere in between the Rock 3 and the Matrix. The Rock 3 doesn't have quite as much fade as advertised in my opinion. I always found that the Matrix had a little more fade than the Rock 3, but we'll try them out. All right, we're gonna start with the Mustang first. Gotta speed things up, hopefully. Hopefully we get this done because you can hear thunder off in the distance. So let's try to get only birdies, right? Oh, that has some turn to it. I thought I threw that flat. Good distance. A nice little fade. I thought I threw that pretty flat, but it went off to the right. I don't know if I had a little ante on it or not. Let's see how the Matrix compares. That's parked. All right, well you can see the Matrix is parked right in the front of the camera. I think I have it in frame. Mustang, it flipped up a little. I was not expecting that. I thought it was gonna be pretty similar to the Matrix actually, but oh well. We're left with a 25-footer here. See if we can can it. Got some gnats in my face. That's annoying. Oh, nice, let's go. All right, unfortunately the rain's here now, so I'm gonna try to finish up though. We only have a couple holes left. Hole 7's 255 feet, par 3. Have this initial gap to hit here. Basket's tucked off to the left. I'm gonna go with the Alpha, hang it out right, try to keep it low, and then let it fade into the basket at the end of the flight. Ooh, nice flight. Okay, that should be like 10, 15 feet. That was a really nice throw. All right, well that was a pretty nice throw. Got a little 10-footer here. Make this and move on. Move on to the next one, try to stay dry. There's a little lull right now, but I mean, it's still coming down. Hole 8's par 3, 215 feet, basket off to the left. We just have to really try to keep it low from this big tree on the right. I'm gonna go with the Mustang here. I'm gonna put a little hyzer on it to see if it does flip up to flat like on that last throw I had. Oh yeah, didn't really flip up that much. That's a great throw though, that's 10 feet. But it's not nearly as overstable as I thought it was gonna be. It's obviously only 2 fade, but that's got nice glide also. It stays in the air pretty nice. It didn't flip up nearly as much as I thought, but I didn't throw it full power. So, but it didn't have like a huge fade. It just had a nice, gentle hyzer the whole flight. All right, last hole of the day, hole 9, par 3, 180 feet. Basket is straight ahead. We just have a couple little trees to avoid. We're gonna be throwing the bullet first. We're gonna be throwing the Prophet second. Try to get a nice little birdie to end a good day filled with birdies. And let's see if we can give it a little ace run as well. We're gonna go right at the basket with the bullet first. Oh, that is such a straight disc. Go in. Oh, that's long. Oh my, that was so close. I felt like. Try the Prophet as well. Ooh, that slipped out of my hand. Still decent distance. That disc does not seem to have nearly as much glide as the bullet. I wonder if that's just because it's in the base plastic versus the premium plastic. The bullet went like 20 feet long. This is no gimme putt, unfortunately, but we can still try to make it. Okay, come on. Let's get a birdie to end the day. Let's go. Nice way to finish. I think I want to try one more ace run with the bullet. The rain slowed down a bit. Let's give it a try. Catch can, ace cam, hopefully. Ooh, oh my, long again. That had to look good on camera. All right, I am all finished up testing out these mint discs. Finished just in time again. The rain is here. So let me give you my final thoughts on each disc real quick. First up, the Prophet is fine as a putter. It feels similar to my Nomads maybe, but a little bit, maybe a little deeper. I don't remember. It feels fine for putting. It's not my favorite for throwing, but I'm not gonna be replacing my putters with this or anything, but it's fine. On the other hand, the bullet, this was probably the disc that impressed me the most today. It is such a straight flying putter. It feels great in the hand. The plastic feels amazing. I do like the depth. I didn't know if I was gonna like it at first because my Envy and my Proxy, my main throwing putters, are definitely more shallow, but this feels great in the hand and I just love the flight. The problem is I don't really know how I would fit this in my bag right now because I still like the Proxy and the Envy. I feel like I can get a little bit more dependable flight with both of those. This one can be it's touchy, I feel like, because you have to, it's so straight. So you gotta put a little hyzer on it, get it to go straight, and whereas my Proxy has dependable fade even with a little flip, and the Envy is definitely a good deal more overstable than this. But I might try to fit this in somehow. The only thing I could think of if I get rid of something would be the glitch, maybe. I do like the glitch for touchy approach shots. Maybe I'll just keep that in a side pocket though, because I don't use it very often, whereas this I can foresee reaching for pretty regularly. The bullet is a fantastic putter in my opinion. The Mustang surprised me a bit with how it had a little flip to it. I was not expecting that. The numbers are 5402, and it seemed to have pretty good glide. I don't know. I could see using this. It's not going to replace my Matrix, obviously, and it's not going to replace my Hex. So this will not be going in the bag, but I can foresee using this. It is fun to throw. It flies great. It's got a nice flight. I would just have to think about, like, no, I have to throw hyzer with it, whereas with my Matrix and even my Hex, I can throw pretty flat and get a nice straight to overstable flight with both of those. So, but the Mustang though does feel great in the hand. The plastic also again feels great. So it's still a good disc, but not one that I'm going to keep. Same thing with the Alpha here. I didn't get to throw this that much, but for the couple of throws I had, it flew about exactly how I expected. It's nice and straight with a good, dependable, overstable finish. If you put it on hyzer, it's not fighting out of it for me. It's just going to keep going left. Throwing it flat will keep it straight for a while, then dump left as well. I won't be putting this in the bag because I have a disc very similar already with the Bear, and I really like the way the Bear feels in the hand. This does feel excellent. It's just I already have a disc in here, so there's no need to replace it. This doesn't fly better or feel more comfortable or anything by any means. Maybe it's a hair flatter, but this and the Bear are very comparable for me. On the other hand, the Jackalope, this is probably the disc that I was the second most impressed with, is the Jackalope. I really like the way this flies. It flies similar to my Stag for me, but my Stag does feel a touch more understable, and this has a little bit more of a controlled understability where it just sort of has a baby turn and then will still go straight with a nice fade at the end. I can foresee adding this to the bag along with my Stag, but I'm not sure yet because right now my 8 speeds I'm pretty comfortable with. I have my overstable Bear, straight Passion, and then understable stag. This would fit in between the passion and the stag, but I don't know if I have space for that. If I do though, if I find some discs to get rid of, I can foresee adding this for sure. It's a great, great disc. The Diamondback was not my favorite. This was probably my least favorite of the bunch, actually. It felt pretty overstable. I definitely expected it to have more turn with that -2 turn, but I didn't really notice that at all. So this one just sort of goes straight and then dumps left pretty early for me, actually. So I don't foresee adding this into the bag. Obviously, I have the Undertaker, the Escape already, so don't really see a need for this to go in the bag, and this was, again, my least favorite of the bunch. And then the Freetail is an interesting one. For my arm speed, it's not crazy understable. Obviously, like in the headwind, it's gonna flip and it's gonna stay turned over. Interesting disc, but not one I'm gonna keep. But let me know in the comments if you guys have thrown mint discs. Let me know what are your favorites. If you've thrown the Lobster, let me know if it's a good understable driver. It's one that I really wanted to try out. I am trying to find a pretty understable mid-range to replace my Paradox. I find the Paradox to be too understable. So I want something more understable than my Peach, but less understable than the Paradox. So I'm trying to find something in that slot. I wanted to test the Lobster there. Let me know, is it a good understable mid-range? But also, what are your favorite mint discs if you've tried them out? Do you enjoy throwing it? Do you love the Bullet as much as I do? But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video, and ring that notification bell so you can be notified when our next episode comes out. Until next time, guys, cheers.